All right, so here's the next topic that I want to talk to you guys about. It's called Love in Action. I'm actually going to read from the Bible. I think that um, it hasn't been a long time coming, but it's been something that I've been mulling over and thinking about. And if we're going to talk about joy and complete the finding of joy, I don't see any other way, especially within my own life, a way to truly find joy and fulfillment and a sense of purpose without having Jesus be part of the focus or even the main focus of finding that joy and fulfillment. So this is from Romans 12, verse 12, and I'm going to just read the verse real fast. It says, "Be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, and faithful in prayer." And I think that that has been a really quick and good summary of kind of what I've been talking about with all of the topics that we've covered with joy. So I'm going to do a quick summary of the first two and then a full talk about being um, faithful in prayer, because I think that's the next piece that we need to talk about. So, being joyful in hope. Hope, talking about what is to come or what has not happened yet. And I'm going to relate this to fitness as well. Being joyful in hope. If you are on a weight loss or a fitness journey or a weight gain journey of any kind, I think it's extremely important to have a vision, just have something set out for yourself and a path to get there. So, these are the steps that you will take that create your hope to become something that you are not currently, right? So if there is joy in the hope that that is going to happen, and especially what he's talking about here is the hope that we have with eternal relationship with God and being a part of the kingdom, especially because we can't make it there on our own, right? Now, many people are disciplined enough within fitness to do it on their own, but within life itself, we are all going to die. From the moment we are born, doesn't matter. We are going to die because we have sinned. We've messed up, and sin merely means a separation. God is good, God is love, and we are not always good, and we are not always loving. And because of that, from the very first time we messed up, God was merciful on us and allowed us to live a full life and to continue to create life so that one day we would be able to reunite our relationship with Him. That's the joy that we have and the hope that we have to be with Him one day. The second piece is being patient in affliction, right? And kind of talked about this with the last video, is that, but that's more so being patient with joy. Being patient is not easy. Being patient is hard. And some of that affliction or the struggles and the trials that we have, an affliction more so meaning almost a chronic disease or problem, where we, like, there's a sickness of some kind, whether that be something that we chronically struggle with that is constantly bringing us down, is an affliction, right? Whether that be an eating problem, a lack of eating problem, uh, the way we act towards others when we haven't gotten enough sleep or we aren't in our prime um, attitude or good attitude for the day. Say that we haven't gotten enough sleep and we just haven't had everything to line up for us today, and that causes us to be angry, and that's something that you've been practicing, right? You might not know that, but you tend to, raise your voice more quickly or react out of emotion rather than out of discipline, because whatever you're doing, you are practicing, especially if it continues over and over and over again. So I'll give you an example for me. If I haven't had a full 6 hours at least of sleep, even 6 to 8, I notice that when I get those full 8 hours, I am ready to go. I am far more willing to do chores and things that I wouldn't normally want to do. But as soon as I get under that, maybe even to 7, if I get 7 hours of sleep, I'm like, I feel okay, but I'd rather really not to do that. And I've been practicing that. I've been practicing the unwillingness to do those chores, even when they need to be done. And that has caused me to not do them. Even when I've gotten just a little less sleep, it causes me, or I've caused this practice to be unwilling and then not do things that I would normally do if I had gotten the 8 hours. So the determinant is not the sleep. The determinant is my practice. And I've been practicing not doing those things when I'm not fully prepared. And so I need to start practicing doing those things when I'm not fully prepared, because what that will do is prepare me, right? Say I've been practicing for 2 or 3 weeks. I've only gotten 7 hours of sleep some days, and I'm doing them anyway. When I get that night of 5 hours of sleep or 4 hours, I'll be still, through the discipline and the practice, I will still do them because that's who I've been practicing to become. And that affliction will go away. Now, there are far more, severe afflictions. Like I said, the eating, porn, um, social relationships. Everything that you do is a practice that you are developing. And the more you practice, the better you'll get at it. And they're not always good. The last piece is being faithful in prayer. Faith is described as the complete trust or confidence in someone or something. So, being faithful in prayer, being confident, or having complete trust in prayer. And I would argue in this sentence, or this version of the translation, I'm not a scholar by any means. But what I think is important to understand here is the being faithful in prayer, or having the complete trust and confidence in prayer by praying to God, is that He will take care of you. Now, that doesn't mean He's always going to say yes. In fact, most of the time, it probably means He'll say no. Which, good for you, honestly, because He knows best. He's been around before time and will be here after. He created time, and everything that we can observe exists because He said that it would exist. I feel like I'm really butchering this, but I'm going to just keep on going. So, by being faithful that He will take care of you, no matter what happens, there's also joy in that. There's also joy in that. Because by sitting there and developing a relationship with someone who is totally good and has never made a mistake, and He has set boundaries for us, and we continue to break them, And most people, for the sake of a healthy mental state, would break off that relationship and not continue to allow that person to be in their lives. But instead, he wants us. He wants a relationship with you. He wants a relationship with me. And he wants to protect and take care of us and provide for us. And I think that that is the most holy act. And the way that he's done this is that he sent his only son. Imagine this. You are standing trial for everything you have ever done wrong. Every wrong mistake and thing that you did on purpose that you knew was wrong anyway, but you did it because it felt right and good in the moment. You are standing trial for all those things. And the penalty for all of those things is death. The wages of sin is death. And the judge brings in the only person who has never messed up. And the judge is the person who he has sent and brought in is his son, his only son, the person that will continue his lineage, the person that he has developed a deep relationship with that only a father and son can understand. He sends his son to stand in your place, convicts his son of things that you did that he knows his son didn't do, and sends him to die. I don't know if you can even, I can't even grasp the power and the power and the mercy of that sacrifice. And the amount of love that there is there. And he's not sending his son to die because he does not love him. He is sending his son to die for your sins and your mistakes. Because the judge loves you so much that he would rather have a relationship with you than watch you die and be separated from him forever. I don't know if I'm going to post this. This was a first run through attempt, somewhat of my own testimony. But to sum it up, you want to continue to try to find joy, and I think you do. Try praying. I'm going to give you a little blueprint of how to do that because you might not know. And there's no right or wrong way, especially when you're first starting out. But here's a small process. Be thankful. Let him know that you're thankful. It will change your perspective. Think about the things that you take for granted. For example, I'm sweating right now because it's hot outside. But the only reason it's hot outside is because there's a beautiful sun that is over my head that lets me see all of the wonderful colors and the environment. And I can't even name all of the things that the sun does that is amazing. But It lets me see the beautiful sky and the wonderful creation that I get to sit in and be a part of. It's to see all this beautiful green stuff behind me. There's vitamin D from the sun. There's a few things to be thankful for just about that. And the day. It's giving you the day to become the person who you want to be. Whether you decide to become that person, at least a little piece of them today, is up to you. I hope you take that opportunity. Your body is another piece you could be thankful for. I am a very able bodied young man. Use it. It is a gift. Use it for good. Become better in it. Exercise. Eat well. Go places. See people. There's two. I'll do one more. Thankful for the people that are in your life, no matter if they're good people or not, whether you like them or not, because it's on you for how you treat them. Be thankful for the people that are in your life that will help you become the person that you need to be, whether they're good or bad. Don't let them influence you in negative ways. Influence them to the best of your ability for the betterment of life and society. And then ask for things. Ask for wisdom. Ask for strength. Ask for patience. And I just want you to know now that God is not going to just give those things to you, those virtue things. You ask for patience. He is going to give you situations in which you will wait, not always positively. You want to be strong. It's going to force you to recognize your weakness. And from there, you'll build that strength. If you want wisdom, it's not going to just give that to you. He's going to force you to become wise by making a lot of dumb, stupid decisions. And isn't that awesome? That he doesn't just give you whatever you want. You have to earn it. I think that's wonderful. And I think it's a deep, deep testament to the love that he has for us. I don't know if you know God or Jesus, but I hope that this might have started something that you're curious about. That's all I've got to say for today. But it's really awesome that now I'm proud of myself for starting to kind of share this. I know that this is not the prettiest way, and that I didn't explain it beautifully. I'm not the greatest with initial words, but um, I might try it again in a different context and maybe save this. But that's all I've got for now.